time, better call correct. Ain't playing at your best, then you will get left. If it don't involve money, then I don't accept. If it don't involve money, then I don't accept.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Naganka, and welcome back to Kill or Love. And in the last part, we see Jack's situation of being in the hospital. We also learn a lot of information about his flashbacks and what past events has already happened. In this episode, we're going to see through as much as possible of what is going on. So let's go ahead and get started. Dear Diary, I found him. It was beautiful. It was like fate. It was fate. As soon as I came to the city, I caught his scent in the air. A little, but mostly I smelled homeless people and gasoline. Why'd you go all the way out here, Jack? You love nature, the smell of pines, where we grew up. I was ready to spend weeks looking for you, Jack. Or months, years if I had to. I even got a job at the hospital here. They're understaffed, so it was easy. But there you were, in the first store I went to. I didn't even go in to look for you. Fate, fate, fate. But you were a little strange. Surely you recognized me. I haven't changed that much, have I? I mean, it's been a while, and I have tried to make myself pretty for you, in every way I could think of. But you knew it was me, right? I knew it was you. You haven't forgotten me. Were you pretending? Playing a game? Yes, that must be it. Well, I'd love to wait and see what you're doing, dear, but I've been a patient girl for far too long. So we're hearing Anna's thoughts on this. Dear Diary, Friday. Jack Friday. I knew he changed his name to that, but it's just so funny, isn't it? We'll have to change it back, Jack, for when we're married. I want the real one to follow my first name. Jack Friday. It made me giggle when I saw it in your employee records, darling. I just had a peek. Nothing more. Just to see where you live. I wanted to follow you home at first, but then I thought, hey, wouldn't it be insanely romantic if the next time I saw you, we lived right next to each other? I know you're playing your little game of you don't know me anymore, but that's not too much, is it? Being neighbors. You won't be angry, right? Even if it makes you angry, I have to at least do this, right? I can't wait anymore. I'm tired of being by myself. I've waited this long already. I've prepared for you so much. Maybe you won't be mad. Please don't be mad. Please. P.S. One other thing, darling. The street where you live, isn't it in a terrible part of town? Run down and cheap and even dangerous? I haven't been here for long, but I think that's right. Is that part of your game too? And working in a store, that must be it as well. Someone like you should never work there. Said you should be gosh, I can't even imagine what. And isn't that perfect? I don't want you working anywhere. I want you all for me. Yay, you don't sound psycho at all. Dear Diary, the street is worse than I thought. God, the smell. Do you really know what you're doing, Jack? No, I shouldn't doubt you. I know. The rent is cheap at least. Very cheap. But more important than that or anything else, there was a vacancy right next door to your apartment. I can't wait to move in. We'll be neighbors. I'll see so much of you, it will make me drunk. Ugh. Dear Diary, what a beautiful dump. I said this to the landlord when I brought my things here. He thought I was complaining. He said I should have checked out the apartment before I rented it. He's an idiot. There could be a swarm of rats or roaches living in the apartment, or crack addicts, for that matter, and I wouldn't give a darn. But still, I can't keep it dirty forever. I have to practice my homemaking skills. Time to make this dump a home. To be fair, from the artwork of the apartment, the hallway alone does not make it look like a dump. It actually looks really nice. Dear Diary, just back from a quick jog. Gotta stay in shape. And the brownies are just about done. I know. I should have kept an eye on them. But I've been doing this for long enough, you know. The brownies are perfect. Not burnt, not raw, just right. I hope he likes them. Jack, I don't know if I can go on. Who is this girl? I'm the one for you. The only one for you. And yet you... I know this is part of your plan, but you didn't have to do it this way. Why are you being so cruel? I have work now. I don't care. I'll go sleep. Ugh. Dear Diary, I cried all the bad feelings out. Things don't seem nearly as bad now. Jack is testing me, so I have to show him I have what it takes. This is nothing at all. I can do this. Dear Diary, I met her today. Grace. I hope she doesn't get in the way. She's a sweet girl, but she's clumsy. She dropped a plate, my plate too, of cookies, and there were cookies and broken pieces of porcelain everywhere. I'm pretty clumsy too, I guess. I cut myself on a shard when I tried to pick it up. Jack came in just as I got cut. He must have sensed I was hurt. There was a lot of blood for a wound so small. The blood reminded me of that time. It always does. I showed it to Jack. He looked like he was gonna vomit. Great acting, Jack. I love you. This is just terrible. Dear Diary, I've gotten better at playing along with Jack's little game. I see him a lot more now, everywhere I go. Nearly half of those times, I'm not even trying to make our paths cross. Fate. I'm also seeing Grace a lot more. She's always asking me to go somewhere with her, or to chat. She's always coming over to my apartment without Jack. She's become a real bother, honestly. But I act nice. That girl tells me things about Jack, after all. Though, of course, she doesn't know anything about him that I don't. That's because she doesn't really know Jack. But I know what he's pretending to be like. He told Grace that he has amnesia. It's a little unoriginal, Jack, don't you think? That's okay, though. She believes you. That dumb little... Jesus, come on. Dear Diary, I'm troubled. I'm starting to think that Jack's not pretending. What if he really has forgotten all about me? No, I can't have that. I need a sign, Jack. Just one little sign. So that I know you remember. One sign. Anything is fine. Dear Diary, Jack doesn't remember me. I'm pretty sure of it now. He doesn't remember anything. Darn, but that's a good thing. He has been acting cold on purpose. I'll give him his memory a little jog, and that'll be that, good as new. But this also means he's serious about that girl, Grace girl. We can't have that. No. I'm starting to see her true colors. She's a filthy seductress, all right. She's also an idiot. She invited me for dinner tomorrow at her apartment. Their apartment. Her and Jack's apartment. The apartment they share together. Without me. My throat's acting up. August 16th. Terrible day. Really awkward. Anna was hovering over me all day. I swear she was here for more than 2 shifts. How the bell does that... How the... So, someone did spelling errors here. I couldn't... Oh, that was intentional. Okay, I couldn't write at all. Shit. Only gong now. It's after midnight. I guess I should mark this as the 17th and not the 16th. Oh, who cares? Now I have to write in the dark. That's fine. I don't see it being a problem. So not long after, did I write about how Emma came to see me at the store that one time? Yeah, I did. Not long after that, Grace invited Anna over for dinner. I'm sorry, the smell here is funny. She could have told me before asking Emma. Not that I would have said no. I didn't have an excuse to say no. But I mean, she only told Mick about the dimmer a few hours before it. Yes, I was preparing for a really relaxing eyeing. And all of a sudden, Grace says we should start making dinner. And, oh no, I forgot to tell you, Jack. I shouldn't be so bitter and childish. People forget. It happens. She didn't mean anything bad by it. It still rubbed me the wrong way, though. Anna was going to invade my home and be there for hours. And I'm pretty sure I have every right to be angry about that. No, I'm sure. I should have seen her packing the first time I saw her. And then when she moved in next to us, and a million times after that. I should have. The fault is mine. So yeah, dimmer. That's still funny. The food tastes amazing, Jack. Thanks. I barely made anything. Chapter 4, goodbye. That's not true, is it? You were charged of the rice. Yeah, the rice. It ended up mushy. I think it's delicious. And I ate it like it was the tastiest thing in the world. An idea popped into my mind. If I bore her, she might leave early. Thanks. But the chicken is much better. It's incredible how you could make anything decent in the oven we have, Grace. Oh, don't talk about the oven, Jack. It's embarrassing. I bet you've never seen a greasier oven, Anna. I swear to God. I tried to clean it, but nothing works. I don't know what the previous owners did to make it that dirty. And that's not even the biggest problem, is it, you said? Yes. The light in the oven barely works. And don't get me started on the heating. It's so sketchy. Yeah, all of that. And you're still managed to make something this good? What do you say, Anna? It's tasty. It reminds me of home. Have you tried remembering what home was like, Jack? I swallowed, choked, and coughed. What's with that all of a sudden? Anna smiled and went on eating. I was just wondering. No, I haven't tried to remember what home was like. I don't see why I'd have to. I'm fine without it. All right. It's a shame, though. Tough. Jack? Yeah? What is it, Grace? I'm with Anna on this one. You are? Yes. Even after you said you were fine with me deciding what goes on in my head? I'm trying to think of what's best for you. That's right. You can't spend your life running away from the past. Face it now. Be a man. It's not healthy to lock so much of yourself away. It can't be. You have to agree, Jack. I didn't reply. I was eviscerating a chicken drumstick. Anna, I didn't tell you this, but at night, at least once a week, Jack, that's enough. I banged my fist on the table, then was immediately ashamed that I lost my temper. But I couldn't back down. This has got to do with me and me only. Stay the hell out of it, both of you. Do you understand? Why are you so... it's no good. I've never gotten this angry before. I needed to be alone. I walked off to another room, but that didn't help. I could see their murmurs and their whispering. They were talking about me. I dressed in a hurry. Huh? Are you going out, Jack? I nodded. Have fun. Wait, don't go. I'm sorry I keep insisting so much. You know, I'm trying to help, right? Yeah? Then please don't be mad. I couldn't stop being angry. It was stronger than me. Can you do one thing for me? Just so I know I did all I could? Do what? Can you say you're fine with... No, please say that you don't want to remember. Can you do that for me? Of course. I hesitated longer than I thought I would. Suddenly it struck me that I was being childish as hell. But in the end, my anger and my stubbornness won over. I don't want to remember. There, are you happy now? I want things to stay as they were. That's all I ever wanted. For nothing to change. Because for once, I was happy. Well, I'm sorry. You should be. I walked out. By the time I came back, Grace was gone. August 17th. I came back hours later after a little drinking and a lot of pointless wandering. The apartment was empty, her things were gone. But I only realized that after I read the letter. The letter was left on the table next to our half-finished dinner. There was the key next to the letter too, her key to the apartment. Remember the letter, the word for word, so why don't I write it down here? Wouldn't that be fun? Jack, it said, I can't stay with you anymore. You're only going to make yourself more miserable, and I can't help you. And I can't watch you do this to yourself. I pray there's someone who can help you like I couldn't, and I hope you'll be happy. Goodbye. Grace didn't need to sign the message. I would have recognized those neat letters anywhere. I've seen the same handwriting during our brief year together, on dozens if not hundreds of those little notes. Shift schedules, reminders to buy snacks or milk, things like that. They were, in fact, at least half a dozen of the yellow post-its she used still around the apartment. Seeing them hurt. There were a lot of other things Grace hadn't taken with her, too. Socks, pants, a few undershirts, a scarf, one pair of shoes, a sweater she really liked, too. She would have worn the sweater while napping in the evening. It was all evidence of how much of a hurry she'd been in to get away from me. Now I know better. Morning, everyone! The patients all greeted her. I do, too. Well, well. I'm happy to see you're finally stopped being Mr. Grumpy. Well, you know. Do you feel better? Does the leg still hurt? I'm a little better, I guess. At peace. That's great. You'll be up on your feet in no time, I'm sure. Feel free to come back home. I laughed like hell, and it probably doesn't see what's so funny. She smiles vacantly. I guess she does love me in her own way. It doesn't matter, though. Remembering the pain she caused me has given me conviction. My heart is set on killing her. August 18th. My health is vastly improving. Doctor's words, those. And I feel it. I don't wake up at night so much anymore, choking on pain. And I don't get so angry anymore that I have to chew my own fingers so I don't end up shouting. I really am at peace. I know what to do, and I know I have to do it. I feel like I don't have a choice in the matter. I'm a train going down a set of tracks at a few hundred miles per hour. No turns, no brakes. Whatever happens, will happen. It's strangely calming. For now, I will keep on writing. I know a good point to stop. After Grace left, I spent that first night alone on the kitchen floor. It was where my legs happened to give in under me after hours of walking back and forth in the apartment. I had paced around like a caged animal, looking under pillows and carpets, looking my heads in closets. I don't know why. Maybe I thought I'd find her there. I woke up in the afternoon with a blanket over me. Thought that Grace had done it, that she'd come back. She hadn't. I guess it must have been Anna. I didn't go to work. I didn't eat. I don't remember drinking any water, but I must have. And I must have slept a lot, too. Turned out I needed Grace more than I thought I did. Certainly more than she needed me. I was all alone that day, that night, and the day after, too. Right up until the evening. That's when she made her move. The windows were closed and the blinds were drawn. It must have been stuffy and hot in the apartment. I laid on the couch, shivering. I held my chest, the sweater Grace had left. I was about to slip into uncomfortable sleep when the front door opened. My heart skipped a beat before the sight of the person coming in disappointed me. Hello? Jack? I stared at her. What's wrong? Stare. She tried to get me to talk, but I was not in a talking mood. Eventually, she found the letter still on the table, pretended to find it. Oh, Jack. Oh, darling. Go away. You're hurt, I know. She's terrible, isn't she? To have hurt you so badly? The sweater was soft against my skin. It smelled to her. I know. She's awful. Let me help. She brought her hand near my face. I turned my head away. I'm the one who can make you happy, you know? You won't have to remember that girl ever again. You won't want to, I promise. Her hand found my cheek. It had only been 2 days since I last seen Grace, had last touched her, but it was like I had already forgotten a person's warmth. Raised my hand to bat hers away, and I found that I couldn't do it. Instead, I put my hand on hers. I was close to tears. So many emotions in me that confused and overwhelmed me. But Anna was here, and she was whispering that she'd never leave. Yo, manipulation at its finest. We made love there on... Well, that escalated very quickly from just touching her hand like this to fucking on the couch. That's lovely, by the way. Great effort there for you to be dedicated man there. Afterwards, I used the sweater to wipe the sweat off of me. Anna lay next to me, soft and warm, both her arms around one of mine. Yeah, that makes you look like a total douche. In the morning, after a long, long night, Anna looked at me and asked me a question. I'm tired, aren't you? Uh-huh. I won't go to work today. I'll call in sick. What about you? I don't know. I won't go to work. I hadn't thought at all about work. It was so irrelevant. That's a good idea. Hey, I'm going to my apartment. I want to have a nice hot shower. Come with? Sure, yes. My apartment had a perfectly working shower, of course. But I didn't want to be by myself. I was scared. After I had a shower at her place, Anna told me I could stay there a while. Until you feel better, she told me. What do you say? I said yes. And that's how it went. I don't feel shame for what I did. I know I should, but I don't. The problem is I don't really feel like I did any of that. It's more like I was watching myself do those things. Watching myself get tricked and cheated on Grace. And live with that woman who caused so much misery to so many people. I know I should be ashamed. It's a disgusting thing I did, and I can't take it back. I let myself be made into an animal. That one whole month is something I'd like to forget and to never remember, so I won't write about it. Or about anything more. I've written enough. I'm done. This journal has helped me a lot, but I don't need it anymore. This is then. It's goodbye. So goodbye. JF. I woke up and found the room dark. Incredibly dark. In Chapter 5, a new brand of happiness. It didn't matter if my eyes were open or closed. The image didn't change. Something wasn't right. The air smelled different. Grace made a soft moaning sound in her sleep. She lay next to me. I reached down to make absolutely sure she was here. Jack. Oh my god! Yeah, no! Yo, freaky lady in the bed! To hear her voice instead was like finding a snake in my bed. I fell over a nightstand. Are you okay? Bad dream? She touched me skin against skin. I remember where I was and why I was here. Better? Yeah. Sorry about that. Good. I settled back on my side of the bed. Anna ruffled my hair. You startled me. I didn't mean to. It's okay. I know you wouldn't do that. 'Cause you love me. Dear Diary, it's all been worth it. Years of waiting and hoping have been so worth it. I never expected it to go as well as it did. Now I feel so silly I ever worried. Grace the whore is out of the picture. It was easy. She was so scared of everything. And Jack is all mine. I expected he would struggle a lot more. I'm so proud of him. Even in the terrible state he's in, no memory of us at all, he knew in his heart he should pick me over her. You're so cute, Jack, the way you're absolutely helpless without me. I'll pamper you a little more. I can do that. There's no hurry. There's no rush. We've reached our happy ending. Yo, this is scary. I paced around Anna's bedroom. Step, 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 step. Turn. Step, step, step. Turn. It wasn't a very large room, but the same size as mine, and step, 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 step. Turn. It was dark. The curtains were drawn, but it would have been dark without them too. Their alarm clock neon green digits hovered in the dark, showed that it was 5:10 a.m. and that it was Monday. Step, step, step. Anna's bed sheets rustled. She mumbled something and sat up. Jack? Where are you? I took in a deep breath. It helped me keep my voice from shaking as I answered. It's nothing. Go back to sleep. What is it? Something is wrong, isn't it? Tell me. I'll make it go away. No, please. It's stupid. Tell me. I stepped closer to the bed, banged my shin on its side and sighed. It's Monday. And I glanced over my shoulder at the alarm clock. Yep, it is. So, I have work. When I came back to an empty apartment, it was early Friday morning. I had missed work on Friday. I must be on thin ice already. I didn't even call in. And? Just don't go. But if I don't go in today, they'll fire me for sure. So? What do you mean, so? This is serious. Don't be so upset. Here. Anna got up lazily and kissed me, held me. We stood there a few moments in silence. There. Doesn't it all seem better now? But I still... No, sweetie, you stay in today. She pressed herself harder against me. Felt her saltness, the heat of her body. I could hardly feel anything else. You don't want to go to work, do you? I don't. But, I mean, I have to. You don't have to. It'll be fine. The world won't end. I was going to complain again, but she pressed a finger to my lips. You know what? An idea just came to me. If you move out of that awful apartment, come live with me instead, you won't have to work in that awful store anymore either. That sounds nice, doesn't it? It sounded so good, and understood me so well. I wasn't sure of myself. I asked if it was really fine for me to stay here for good. Of course. I wouldn't want you anywhere else. Jesus, is getting freaky. Dear Diary. Oh my god, oh goodness. How is this going so well? Never worked so well before, not with the patients I tried it on, even though they were terminal. Even though they had no one to visit them. All of them kept being themselves right up to the end. But with Jack, I can do anything. He is like clay. I could change him into anyone, anything I want. How awful. He's so lucky that it's me doing this. Could you imagine someone else this kind of responsibility? No, no, no. What am I saying? Nobody else could make him so willing to change. Me. Only me. He's only like this because he loves me so much. He's always loved me. Even when he didn't realize it. And he'll always love me. And I'll always love him. And we'll be together forever. Forever? Ah! I'm so happy I could scream. Right now, I'm only teasing him a little. But that's okay. We have all the time in the world. Like those other boys, he's not about to expire. Sociopath, apparently. Days went by, maybe a week. Jack? Come on, Jack. I laugh. If you don't let go of me, I can't go to work, you know. Then don't go. Stay here. Hey, one of us has to go. We need it to live. I need you to live. That's very sweet, but I still have to go. I wouldn't budge. She ran her fingers through my hair. I like that. If you get off of me now, I promise I'll have a special surprise for you when I come back. Really? Really, I promise. Okay. I forced myself to let her go. She went away. I lay back down on the bed. I waited for her to come back. I did nothing else. Yo, what a slut. Anna's surprise was a big plastic bag. It was swollen, full of something. Looked at her and then at her again and frowned. You'll see. Come on, we need to go somewhere. Go outside? Yes. Isn't that exciting? I looked away. What? You don't want to? I held up a pillow in front of me. It was meant to act as a barrier. Oh, you big scaredy cat. Come on. She took my arm and pulled. I wouldn't go. Her grip was strong, or maybe I'd gotten weak, but I stayed in place. Huh. So you really don't want to go? How come we just can't stay here? Oh, sweetie. I don't want the apartment to burn down. She made me dress in outside clothes. They were rugged and cold. The outside was even more rugged and cold. The street was wet. It must have rained. The people there were giving me looks. They were looking at me like I was trash. Why? What had I done to them? What had I ever done to anyone? Oh, hey. Ease up a little. You'll hurt my hand. I'm sorry. That's okay. If you really don't feel like it, we can go back home right now. Really? Yes. But I know you can do this. So will you do it? For me? Yeah, okay. Great. Thank you, Jack. You're so good to me. Oh, Lordy, what is going on? I am nervous as hell. We walked for over 15 minutes. My feet hurt and my legs made clicking sounds. I haven't really walked in over a week, but I didn't complain. We're almost there. Do you know where we are? I shook my head. Anna had led me somewhere I'd never been. Each street we passed was dirtier and grayer, more abandoned than the last, and the people looked at us all the more meanly. I thought they were going to hurt us, but Anna wasn't afraid, so I did my best to be brave, too. Whatever she had in the plastic bag, it wasn't heavy. The bag was so full it almost in the shape of a big bowl, but it still swung so lightly. What do you think is in there? Anna had noticed me looking. I don't know. Want to guess? I didn't. I told her I didn't. Told her I couldn't think of anything. Oh, well, you'll see soon enough. Our destination, I saw 5 minutes later, was an empty street. A whole street, blocks and blocks of it, completely abandoned. The pavement was cracked, the buildings that it still stood were hollow, and everything was overgrown with weeds. It's more of a jungle than a sleety street. It was ugly. I hated to even look at it. Isn't it so beautiful? Yeah. I'll show you the best spot here. It's my favorite. But it'll be our secret, okay? You can't tell anyone else. Okay. We passed through a tunnel-like opening set in a tall, wide building. Beyond it was a field of brown, yellow grass. It came up to my chest. Surrounding the grass were sides of a large apartment building. This used to be its courtyard. The building was mottled, ugly gray. It had most likely been a prettier color before it burned down. So many windows, none of which had glass in them. They gaped down at us, empty and dark. Anna's spot was a square patch of concrete in the middle of the overgrown courtyard. Once there, Anna handed me something from the plastic bag. A small gas canister and a box of matches. She emptied the rest of the bag out on the concrete. Saw the contents, my chest tightened and started to hurt. Anna, this is... On the ground were a few post-it notes, a pair of shoes, but mostly clothes. I had seen them before. They had belonged to someone I knew. Who? Someone I had known an eternity ago. Too long ago to remember. But I knew these things were important. You know what this is? Yes. I shouldn't? It's fine if you still recognize them. Completely fine. You're not mad? I'm not mad. Give me that. Grabbed the gas canister from my hands. She poured the gas out onto the clothes and shoes and post-it notes, down to the last drop. She then tossed the canister aside and stepped away. Canister made a teeny, empty sound as it hit the concrete. Tunk, tunk. After that, there was silence. Anna? Should I? What do you think you should do? Are you really not mad? What do you think you need to do, Jack? And do it quick. It's growing dark. And I didn't bring a flashlight. So I did what I thought I needed to do. I lit a match. It took me 3 tries to get it right because of my clumsy fingers. Creating a little fire with my hands, I brought it over to her things. They were wet and stank of gasoline. Held the lit match above them. Why are you hesitating? Don't you want to do this? I don't know. I needed to do what Anna wanted me to do. But the thought of doing it made me want to lie down and cry. I couldn't explain why those things were so dear to me. They just were. The flame had almost reached my fingers. Anna, I don't think... Do it! I dropped the match. The little fire touched gasoline and bloomed. The sudden heat made me step back. Those things, those shoes and clothes and little yellow notes were already crackling and turning into charcoal. Anna stood by me, waited for her to scold me, but she didn't. She put her hand in mine. Our fingers interlocked. You did well. I did? Yes. When it came down to it, you did what you should. I'm proud of you. A warmth filled my chest. My worry for those scattered pieces of nothing on the ground faded away. I was with the love of my life, and she loved me and was proud of me. How could I care about some? I couldn't even remember what it had been anymore. Old clothes? Whatever. Anna giggled. Oh, that psychopathic laugh. Oh, God. Yeah, that psycho laugh. I was so glad to see Anna happy. I pulled her closer. Good minute laughing, she sighed as it spent and looked up at me. Wasn't that fun? Yep. The things on the ground had already gone out. They were black and unrecognizable. Let's go back home. Okay, Anna. You're so happy, aren't you? Why wouldn't you be? I'm happy too. The happiest I've ever been. You too, the happiest I've ever been. Really? Yep. Thank you, Jack. That means the world to me. We went away hand in hand. But before we walked out into the grass again, I looked back one last time at the things I had burned. Something moved at the end of my vision, up in one of the glassless windows. Again, but it was gone. This place is dangerous. Are there people here? You know what? There just might be. Bad people. We should get home as soon as we can. Yes. Home. Where it's safe. Yes, psycho. That little slut. I hope she had a good look at us burning all that trash of hers. I had Jack burning it. God, I'm so proud of him. It hurts. Can't believe I miscalculated, though. Thought Grace was gone for good. But then there she was in our hallway, asking where Jack was and what I had done with him. All this while Jack was right on the other side of the door. Can you imagine what would have happened if I wasn't there? She would have knocked on the door or rung the doorbell. And she would have probably called out, too. It would have scared Jack so badly. I can bear to think about it. Thankfully, I wasn't wrong about everything to do with her. She hasn't called the police. I knew she wouldn't. I just didn't think she'd come back at all. She was still as scared as a little lamb. Her hands shook while she demanded to tell her what happened to Jack. He can't be in there, can he? She stepped forward, but when I put myself between the door and her, she backed off again. I wondered how she didn't pee herself. She was so scared. Jack doesn't want to see you. What are you doing to him? No one's seen him since I went away. It's like he disappeared. He's been in here the whole time? God, what are you doing to him? Be quiet. She was making so much noise. I put a hand on her shoulder. I had to see if she had the guts to slap it away. She just stood there. Jack is perfectly fine. He's happy, and he doesn't want to see you again. I know he probably hates me now, but at least let me see him. I have to at least see him again. So annoying. Loneliness has made her desperate, unpleasant. That's what being by yourself does. Look at dear Jack. We've only been together again for a short while, and he's already such a sweetheart. And he was so prickly before. If you see him now, he'll tell you he hates you. Do you really want that? No, I don't want that. But then go away. It's as simple as that, don't you think? Even someone like you should understand. Why are you so... I thought we were... She swallowed hard. I have to see him. Anna, please. Being alone made you into a real bitch, you know that? What? Oh, did it? Were you lonely after all? It really makes me wonder. With how little money you took with you, I was sure you'd be living on the streets. But you're clean. You don't smell more than usual. I'm living with a friend. What does it matter? That's a lie. You don't have any friends. Grace gritted her teeth and glared at me. She wanted to run away in shame. She's so simple, so obvious. But she couldn't leave with Jack so close. So where are you staying? Whose cock are you sucking for rent? I'm not. Is that wrinkly old man you work with? It's nothing like that. I am living with Don, but I'm not. Oh, aren't you? Then how are you paying back his hospitality? You don't have any money. You quit your job too. I checked. I'm not paying anything. Don't be shy. Oh, screw you. Move. How violent. It's a good thing I separated her and Jack when I did. Any more of this girl's influence and who knows what could have happened. She tried to shove past me, but I had a little surprise in my pocket. Anna, that's... Yep. So don't you dare touch me again. I might do something bad. I pressed the knife against the side of her neck. It drew blood. I couldn't help myself. But it wasn't a lot. I'm not going to kill someone out in the open like that. I'm not stupid. Grace stood petrified. You can't do this. You'll call the cops? No, you won't. They won't believe you. They never do. right? She didn't lash out for once. She must have finally realized how useless it was to try. So she shuffled away. I waved her off. It's only polite. She didn't even look back. Yo, this bitch had gone full psycho crazy. But then she kept following me around even after that. What a stalker. So I had Jack burn her things. I know she was watching. It was beautiful. Now she'll back off for good. I'm back. Welcome back. Hey, easy. You'll trip. And when she touched me, those long hours of waiting were painted over by warmth. It made me so happy. Something smells good. Is it dinner? Yes. Oh, you remembered. I'm so glad. I made a casserole. Anna set the table and I served it. That was really tasty, Jack. Thank you. I wasn't happy with the meal. It was tasteless and the meat was tough, but Anna said she liked it. She was so kind. I wish I could help more. What do you mean? With money, I guess? I was being serious, but she laughed. That made me feel a bit stupid. Oh, Jack, money's no problem at all. I told you already, I've got lots saved up, and the rent here is nothing. Oh, okay. Anna hummed contently. A minute later, she stopped. There's something you can do, actually. Really? Yes, really. But I'm not sure you'd be up to it. Anything. I'll do anything for you. Okay, then. What is it? How can I help? Wait until before bedtime, okay? I nodded. When I heard what she wanted me to do, I didn't take it well. I was angry, furious. I felt betrayed. You want me to? Yes, I do. But no. You said I'd never have to remember anything. You promised. I got up from the bed and started pacing from wall to wall, never looking at Anna. What she said hurt. How could you lie like that? Oh, baby. Please don't hate me. I was shivering with anger. I thought I might faint, but I didn't hate her. I couldn't. So I stopped walking and faced her. I know what I said. I know I said what I said, but this is important. Don't you believe me? There was only one thing I could say. Yeah, I believe you. Thank you, Jack. I love you. I love you too. And I'm sorry. Don't say you're hearing Anna say she was sorry. Was for some reason like a punch to the gut. It tugged at my memory. She always said, I know, but that's not what I'm telling you to remember. You must never remember that woman, for all you have left of her. Then, what I want you to recall goes much, much further back. It won't be easy, but when you do, when you remember, our love will be the deepest it's ever been. Don't you want that? I do. I love you. I want that. I want to love you even more. Tell me what I should remember. Anna embraced me with happy tears in her eyes, but she wouldn't tell me what I needed to remember. She said it would be pointless if she told me. I had to remember it all by myself. Anna ordered me to sit down in front of an alarm clock every day for at least an hour. I was to do this while she was at work. I was to have my eyes closed. I was to try digging back in my memories, far, far back. I did as ordered. The first time I tried, the very next day, it was all so foggy in my mind that I couldn't even start. Thinking felt slow. It was like walking through molasses. I only made myself tired. Before I fell asleep sitting up, one last thought came before me. Was thinking always so hard? The second time I gave up right away. I couldn't do it, but I had promised Anna. The next day I tried harder. My head hurt, and it felt like I was groping in the dark, scared and all alone. But I did it. I had promised Anna. I waded further in. A flash of a smile made my chest hurt, but I kept going. For love. Huh? Which one did I love? Which one did I hate? Things didn't used to be like this, did they? This feels wrong. Something went terribly wrong. I need to make sense of it. Days later, while going back into my memory, I reached a wall. Damn. I felt like I shouldn't try to climb over it, so I didn't. Where there were things out there I didn't want to see, so I went back to the puddle I'd been searching through. It was a stew of love and fear and hate, given and taken seamlessly at random. It was a mess, but it was a mess in my head. I would make it make sense. Jack! Yes, Anna. I'm going to work. Aren't you going to say goodbye? Chapter 6 changed. Oh, bye, Anna. And a goodbye kiss? We kissed, and I placed a hand on my forehead. Are you okay? You might have a fever. I can give you something for that. I smiled. I'm okay. It's just... What is it? Trouble? You can tell me anything. Do you know that sandwich shop? Which one? Next to the store? I nodded. You want a sandwich from there? Yeah, if that's okay. Well, there is always a huge line there. Please, Anna. It would mean a lot to me. Oh, how can I resist? Of course, darling, I'll get you anything. What kind of sandwich do you want? Anything you pick. I'll get you something light. You're not getting much exercise. I don't want you to get fat. Is that alright? Yep. Great. And don't forget your remembering session. You've been doing those, right? Yeah. And? I frowned and shook my head. Nothing yet? Oh, well, it's not even been 2 weeks yet. You'll get there soon. I'm sure you will. Yeah, I will. Anna pinched my cheek, kissed me again, and left. I went and threw up in the toilet. Oh, God. Brushed my teeth and washed my mouth 3 times over. I can't go on like this. I couldn't keep living here. I waited 10 minutes until I was sure Anna was gone. Then I pulled back the heavy curtains. Down on the street, there was a single person, looking sad and abandoned. I waved at her. She looked up, nodded, and walked into the building. Hi, Jack. I was so happy to see her I wanted to cry. Oh, Grace. We started seeing each other in secret 5 days ago. I knew how long exactly. I started counting the days again. The big cloud of confusion in my brain was gone. I wasn't Anna's dog anymore. It was Anna's own fault. What else could she expect having me dig around past like that? But it was scary how close I'd come to letting go. If things were a bit different, I might have kept on being a half-mute idiot forever. And I never would have let Grace inside. When I first heard Grace's voice again, I thought I had finally snapped. I thought I was hallucinating. But I opened the door and there she was. Grace? Grace, I'm so happy to see you. I thought... To your message, I thought I'd never... Don't say that. Don't say anything. Just for a minute. We put our arms around each other. We'd only been apart for a few weeks, but so many things had happened. It felt like years. I knew it. You don't hate me. I didn't know what she was talking about, and I didn't really care. Only one thing mattered right now. Let's go. Let's get out of here. I'm working up the courage to leave, ever since I had become myself again. As stupid as it seemed, I was afraid of going outside. But with Grace here, I could leave. I could do anything. We can't. Huh? You're not going to leave here. Not yet. Why not? Do you have any idea what it was like for me in here? I can't imagine, Jack. And I'm so sorry I didn't believe you. You knew how dangerous Anna was right from the start. That's all the more reason to get the hell away. I told you, not yet. This isn't something we can run away from. So I so wish we could just pack up and leave, but Anna's going to follow us wherever we go. God damn it! I stepped to the ground like an angry child. Grace was right. Anna had followed me here. If we left now, she'd do it again. We have to report her to the... No, Jack. No police. They trusted her first, 1,000,000 times over. I guess they would. Besides, I wasn't even sure if she'd done anything actually illegal. But what then? What do we do? I don't know. Why is this happening to us? Even as we talked, we kept our ears to the hallway. Though we both knew Anna was at work, the slightest echo of a footstep was enough to make us jump. Why can't she just leave us alone? What does she even want from you? I think I might have a clue. I told Grace about how Anna was trying to make me remember stuff from years ago. But it was so long ago. Anything could have made her obsessed with me. Jack. What? I'm so sorry to say this. I know you always hated it when I did. What is it? I had a good feeling what she'd say. I didn't like it. You really do have to remember. I pinched the bridge of my nose. There was a big headache coming on right behind my eyes. I know. We can't win against her like this. How much she knows so much more than we do. I know, all right? Do you think you can do it? I don't want to do it, but I think I can. I've never tried. No, seriously, not since those first few days. Good. Please do try. And thank you for not giving in, Jack. I know it must be hard. Do you need anything from the outside? I could sneak something in. I don't have a lot, but... No, I don't need anything. Anna keeps me well fed. As much as I put as much contempt as I could into those words. Are you doing all right, though? You don't have any money, do you? I think Anna's got some stashed somewhere around here. Grace refused. We can't risk her noticing. Besides, I'm doing okay. I'm staying with a friend. They're a big help. Oh, all right then. So she landed on her feet. It made me happy to hear that. I'll be going now, Jack. What, already? Anna won't be home for hours. She's not supposed to. We've got to be careful. And being here at all is making me so nervous I could die. You're right. Besides, we'll have plenty of time together once this is all over. Yeah, just us two. We looked at each other lovingly. Now I'm scared. Oh. Oh, no. I'm gonna save. Oh. That's horrifying right there. Oh. Just that noise is like makes your heart want to stop in so many places. I was like, no, no, no. It's like, no. But, oh, this is running into an hour. I'm going to end the video here, you guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.
夜の街も許し汚れの願望奥から来たなるみすぼらしいね